Okay, so I'm Nobunaga, which is like Nobu, which is what most people use, like, oh, Nobu, or Naga, Naga, because the pronunciation is always quite, shaky. It's shaky. People, when they see it, they end up putting some syllables, like, Nobu. I'm like, hey, Baba.
Nah. You're doing too much.
Doing too much, eh? Then my brand, it's Sex Sounds Asylum. So it's like a modern day social commentary on the modern day life. So why I say it's a social commentary, it's like we're documenting what we're supposed to do. The modern man isn't like back then where you say, if you're a teacher, you're a teacher.
Yeah.
If you're, a bus driver, you're a bus driver. You're kind of pigeonholed into like this thing. So Sex Sounds Asylum, we make modular avant-garde wear, which more or less is documents but also celebrates the modern man. So Sex Sounds Asylum, it's like a pseudonym, a name that is like joined.
Yeah.
So everyone kind of comes back, like, oh, okay, why Sex Sounds Asylum? Because everyone, first thing, it's like, it's provocative, like, how can you be saying something so taboo, so explicit, and then you want us to buy your brand? So people don't look, they just look surface level. But if you go deep into it and you say, okay, what is Sex Sounds Asylum? We then break it down to the three words, Sex Sounds Asylum. So for sex, if we look etymology, when things started off, sex meant gender. That's what gender was. Like 17th century, if you go Latin, you look there. Yeah. Sex, it was just gender. It's either you're male or you're female. You see. Sounds, it's what we think sound is, like what you hear right now when your drums are like vibrating for my voice. Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, sound is what we hear. But if anyone can take it, like if you take some time and you sit down, be it a funeral, a birthday party, or a certain memory, when you think about that, you hear. Like all your senses are working. It's like, the day my dad died, I was wearing this suit, I could hear people crying. It's like when you reminisce or you think of something, or if you have an idea or a concept of something, you kind of start hearing it. So for us, when we say sounds, we don't necessarily mean what you hear. We mean what is perceived and what is produced. So it's basically like anything manufactured can be a sound. I'm a huge football fan. I think you can see even like from the work. Yeah. You see it has like remnants of football jerseys in there. The biggest moment that most people have seen, it's either 2010 World Cup when it went SA, Chavalala scoring. You don't even have to be a football fan. You most probably came across that.
The celebration.
Yeah, the celebration.
I can see it right now as you speak.
You can even hear the vuvuzelas, the dancing. But if we ask you to go deep into detail, you won't go. But you remember everything. So that's what sounds is. Yeah. And then asylum, modern day has told us asylum is a place which we go with people that have like mental problems. Yeah. Which is fair and fine. The meaning hasn't really changed. But as people have dumbed it down to like, hey, if you're saying asylum, yeah. But asylum, from what it is a safe haven. That's how it's supposed to be. Back when the word were made, they said asylum, it's a French word actually, which is like l'asile. They're like, okay, asylum, it's a safe space for criminals. It used to be a safe space for criminals. Yeah. Modern day, we put it as, it's a rehabilitation center for people that are mentally challenged. So to me, I say it's a safe haven. So if you put all three of these together, Sex Sounds Asylum, what you're going to get is like, oh, Sex Sounds Asylum means it is a safe haven for the ability of men or women, for human or for mankind. So I say this is more or less the potential that we have. We're showcasing the potential we have, showcasing what we do. How that all comes together is, if you look at it, but most people, they take it in modern day, I can't really then pigeonhole people to say you're either a male or a female. Yeah. People are inclined to whatever they believe.
There's a fluidity.
You see, there's a fluidity of it. So usually I just say, okay, this is for the possibility and what we can achieve. It's a safe haven for what experimentation, doing whatever you want to do as a part of this race that we have.
Okay, fair enough. I love that, man. That's so intentional. It's so thoughtful. You can tell you sat down and you really thought about that. So yeah, you've taken me through, the meaning of like the name at least, right? What do you think is the core vision behind your brand?
Core vision. Okay, so I more or less to say it's a social commentary, or it's a documentation of the modern man. So our vision is to create clothes for the modern man. What is the modern man? The modern man, from how I see it, especially Zimbabwean, the modern man has 10, 20 different jobs. Today, the guy who's going to come and pick up your litter, you go into town, that's now your bus driver. You go into a shop, you also work as a cleaner here.
Yeah.
You go to the Sunday League game, he's captain. You're like, hey,
how many lives are you living?
How many lives are you living? Like, there's only 24 hours, but you have like 5 different jobs. So the modern man, to me, it's like the modern man is a hustler.
Yeah.
You can wear a suit and tie, you can wear a sports kit, you can be whatever you want. The modern man, to me, is a hustler, it's an entrepreneur. Everyone is just trying to get the next dollars, just trying to make a living, make it sustainable enough. Because I usually try using Maslow's hierarchy of, of needs. After we complete, your basic needs, you're going to come back to be like, okay, I've secured this, what do I need? You keep on going up, your security needs. The moment you're going to get to the last in hierarchy, for you to get to enlightenment, you have to go through like so many different ways. So our vision is just to make clothes which document that, while at the same time clothes that help the modern man. So it becomes very hard when you're trying to explain to someone like, no, this is for anyone and everyone, because someone's like, but dressy, it is so. So I'm like, no. You have to understand that with the clothes, that's why we have clothes that are modular. They change. For instance, that jacket.
Yeah.
The one that is like after the dress.
Yeah.
That jacket,
second from the left.
Yeah. That jacket is worn 3 ways. That's the first way. You turn it inside out. It's got a different
look.
It's got a different look totally.
That's the second way?
Yeah, the second one. And then if you look closely into your attention, where you're supposed to have a seam, the inseam, there's a hidden zipper. If you open that, there's actually a bag. So if you pull the bag out, now you can turn the whole garment even more. It gets inside, you now have a tote bag. Why I usually try to make clothes like that, it's for instance this way, maybe it's for someone like me. I want to look clean, but then I also want to be able to function. But it can happen that when you're wearing that, it gets dirty or you have to go somewhere else. Then it means what? I have to change it.
Yeah.
This is now too clean. I want to go maybe to work. The inside it's a bit more, cleaner. It's got white and green. I'm like, okay, cool. Why do you now have the tote bag? Weather is constantly changing in Zim. If you wake up and it's really cold, by the time you hit noon, you're now like, yo,
it's hot.
It's way too hot. I can't wear a jacket. So you then turn it again. Now you have a tote bag. That bag you can now put your phone, your essentials and what. And you're not facing any difficulties, with, but where was I going to put the jacket? Because tying it, that just doesn't work.
Yeah, swag-wise, that.
Yeah, you did.
That's holding us back.
Yeah.
I love that, man. I love just how intentional it is, and it opens my eyes because I didn't know you could do so many things with one piece of clothing, right? But let's talk about the Creative DNA journey, because it just got announced that you were among one of the grant recipient winners, and congratulations, by the way.
I appreciate you.
How do you feel the Creative DNA program has impacted you, first on a personal level, and then the brand Sex Sounds at the higher level?
Okay, so on a personal level, kind of it's like validation. Doesn't matter whether you went to school or you taught yourself. When you do these things, you always kind of need a bit of validation.
Yeah.
So with Creative DNA, when they then say, oh, we're teaming up with the British Council, we're teaming up with like a household name, because House of Stone is a household name. Yeah. Then you're having AfriLabs also coming through. You're also part of it. You've got Southern African Arts. So all these things, for them to come and make one project, and you're part of the people, they're like, oh, not only did you qualify to showcase there, you're part of the cohorts that were chosen. Oh, you're now getting a fund of money. So it kind of brings this validation, like, yo, it wasn't just, you weren't crazy.
I'm not crazy.
What you're doing, we actually see it. We're the panel of people looking at it and they're like, yo, Baba, this is the way, continue working. So for me on a personal level, it really kind of also assisted in patience. I'm very intentional with my work. So sometimes you end up taking too long on one project.
Yeah.
Of which most people, they don't like that. People, modern day fashion, people like fast fashion.
Yeah.
Why do you like fast fashion? You get your money there and there. It's instant gratification. So for me, it assists like, oh, okay, whichever the fund is going to give me, you can then say, oh, for my fund, I'm going to use maybe 20% of this money to pay for rentals. And then maybe your rentals, you're paying 3-4 months.
Yeah.
Then you know, okay, I can afford to actually sit back and say, I want to design a full collection, maybe 30-40 models, make the clothes. You kind of have the luxury because your rentals, you know, your needs are covered.
Yeah.
So on a personal level, it then kind of gives me like, oh, we're now going to the next step. What are you doing in the next step? Oh, okay, Mariripo, all right. Let's make a collection. Let's try, make sure this money, when we invest it in the company, it comes back. Let's make something which is like mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And at the same time, when you get that time, you kind of can choose how to, how can you put it? Save. Because when you're saving, you can't just save Mariose. The money kind of assists you in saving because, no, okay, I can cut a fabric this way. So meaning when I'm doing this project development, I kind of can be like, instead of using maybe this microactive, what if we used lining? All right, boy. We're now using lining. You've saved yourself like $4 or $5 on 1 meter. Lining, it's this one, third one. You can see the white shirt.
Yeah.
The black dress on top, it's made of lining.
Okay, fair enough. I hear
And everyone kind of just says, lining is only the inside of, you know, your jacket. But look at how clean it looks.
Yeah.
It's nice. So why not use lining on the outside? Why are we just lining inside? So like Creative DNA is also giving me that as a designer. It gives you a way to like, oh, let's do project development. Let's try something out. So
let's see the outcomes we get.
yeah. And then on a brand level, it kind of assists in terms of setting up, you know, your factory, your machinery. Because local houses, it's hard for fashion brands on the upcome. You know, someone's on the 20s, they're trying to be a fashion designer. You need a sewing machine, like the basic, not even looking industry levels or factory level. You're gonna need a pair of shears, like your scissors. You're gonna need a tape measure. You're gonna need a sewing machine.
Yeah.
You're gonna need thread. So, and then let's say an overlock machine. There are domestic versions of this. There are industrial versions of this. Domestic, it's cool, but it doesn't have that clean look. You can't take something maybe. Actually, you can, but the time it takes you, it becomes too tedious. A jacket you can make for an hour on an industrial may take you 1-2 days with domestic. So it kind of then comes into the nuance like, how are you then going to work? Because you need a machinery that allows you to actually be like, yo, let's do that 30 units, then let's rock 30 units. We have the machinery. So it's kind of that's really helped the brand because you then say, oh, instead of us maybe outsourcing something, let's do this instead. So that's really been a great help with everything.
What do you think was, the most significant learning moment you experienced during the accelerator program?
That's tricky.
Yeah, maybe just a moment where you learn something and you're like, I didn't even know I was going to learn this, but this is going to be so important going forward. Or just something that comes to memory pretty quickly when you think about the lessons that you guys went through.
Man, it's the masterclass one, money. Like, how people really are making money out here.
Yeah.
Because in every business, there are things that you need. For instance, your company registration. So I really learned through the program, you have to register up so that you get this. But when you register here, you need to do this. Oh, how are taxes paid? I have to know how taxes are paid. Oh, there's capital gain tax. Okay, shit, I have to look at that. So you keep on looking at different things that you learn, but that really stood out to me. I'm like, oh, okay. On a professional level, no matter how sustainable you are or how much money you make, you now have to accept situation yakadaro, like, oh, company name taxes.
Yeah.
Quarterly, you have to make sure your papers are there. You do have workers that also has to go on a payroll.
Yeah.
Oh, how do I price my things? Unfortunately, people don't want to accept this, but locally, most people are just guessing prices, bro.
Yeah.
I remember someone like a jacket, the blazer that's next there. Someone once pulled up and was like, how much is it? Then I'm like, oh, I think I said a crazy amount. I think I said 500. Because there's a lady who came and she was like from Paris. She's like, oh, I can see you've got like 5 of these blazers and I want 4 of them. I'm like, hey, just take all 5. And she's like, okay, right now, can I do you a transfer? And I wasn't set up to like accept a transfer. Like, hey,
that money.
The money is going. Then she's like, okay, let me get 1. Then she's like, price me. I think I priced it at 150 was the price that I was looking at. Because like that's wool, high quality, suiting, a lot went into it.
Yeah.
And then the lady's like, 150 only? Then she's like, okay, 350. Gah, let it go. So I was like, oh, that's crazy. So now in my mind, this jacket can go to Paris. I can making money at Paris, put it in a store. Because people will now be like, they gas you up, and if you don't notice it, you lose your way. Yeah. They're just like, in Paris, this 500 easily gone, not USD, pounds.
Yeah.
So in my mind, oh, then you kind of sit down and then you say that price to someone else. Then you start looking, okay, 1, different clientele, different living standards. 2, what got you to 500 USD? You can't just say, jacket is now 500 USD. Everyone's going to be like, bruv, be serious. So you kind of, there's one, there's actually Ellen Rock, like the lady who's holding from UK side, part of the facilitators. She had a masterclass which had like 30 slides, and it was just about like pricing. I was like, yo, that's crazy. Because I took it me somewhere like, oh, okay, for you to get pricing, you have to look at these aspects. And yeah, man, that the read was very helpful.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, man. I go out, I want to buy something, and you can tell with the I could tell it's a head to toe before I start with the price. It's like, come on, man. Come on, man. Am I paying extra because Nasinda Buddha Nagaro drip? You know, but that's literally how it goes in Zim.
Yeah,
and, it's very informal. So I'll ask you just 2 more questions before I let you go.
It's okay.
How do you see your brand contributing to the broader Zimbabwean fashion ecosystem? And then when I say contributing, I'm talking about, contributing positively and contributing to the growth. So maybe just some context around that question is, you make these pieces, right? But you don't make them in isolation. There's someone like me who's media, who's taken an interest. There's someone like me again, maybe, who comes as a customer. There's the community you create with the designers, co-designers, etc., right? Mm-hmm. How do you feel Sex Sounds is going to contribute, to the broader growth of that, like, collective in regards to fashion?
So the first one, for Sex Sounds Asylum, what we did, it's probably when this is out, it will now kind of be out in the world, but the African body, especially females, that's, yes, we do have our main line, which everyone gets, but we have a division line that we just opened recently that is called SNDS Plus. So SNDS is especially sounds, because it's sex sounds. So SNDS, it's like sounds, and then plus. What the plus is for is like, oh, this is more or less a diffusion line. So what are you doing in your, in this line? This is where we're kind of looking at our minorities as a country or as a nation. People overlook plus size women, plus size kids. Why? Because they're like, the way trying to make the clothes, it's just going to be too expensive. It takes too long. It's hard to get the right measurements. Because like with plus size people, I've seen it in my family. No matter, you can't have standardized for them. Because if you're going to make something tailor-made for someone like that, maybe the rules are telling you waist is supposed to be 50. So if waist is 50, your hip is supposed to be 56. And then you realize, nah, bruv, these people, it's different. It's totally different. So like with this line, how we're going to contribute to the people, this is us then saying, okay, we want to pay homage to these people, but still making clothes for them, stylish clothes that they can wear. Because most people that are plus size, it's hard for them to get designer wear. It's hard for them to get, clothes that they think, okay, this is comfortable and this fits. So that's kind of what we're going to, I can say, is the closest thing to contributing.
Yeah, I love that. The last thing I'll ask you, what's one thing that people might not know about being a fashion designer in Zimbabwe?
Hey, I was going to say we don't have money. And then everyone's going to be like, Shaz, Nika Yose. But when people don't know about being a designer, it actually works.
It actually works.
It actually works.
You have to give me more than that. In what way? What do you mean?
From history has told us that fashion or being a designer, especially Zimbabwe, you're not going to make any money out of it.
Yeah.
And the biggest problem that I've seen, it starts from small things like pricing, material sourcing, ideology. What are you doing? Why are you doing it? Those are kind of the reasons why things do not work. You're gonna come, you spend $20 on fabric. Let's just say cost of production is $35. Then your price is $300. Already you can see the discrepancy. And if you're still coming up and people don't know your name, it's hard for you to go and sell that garment to someone who doesn't know you. Because for me, how I usually like to do it, I'm like, make clothes. When you make your clothes, make them even in 5 units and then give different people. So you, the designer, maybe you take one. You get maybe your close friend or who you think this brand would be good on someone like this or this body type or this type of person. You give those people the garments, the remaining 4. And then you just ask them like, yo, these are samples. Usually I say try looking for people that are family or friends, because it's easier to work with someone who you know. When you give them and they're like, I'm giving it to you. What I'm asking for you is like, can you please bring it back in 1 month and give me feedback on how this product is? Only from someone going, how you guys do washing is different. How you're going to weigh it is different. The things you're going to use with it are different. So that kind of, all these factors, when you put them together, they kind of give you a real ideology of what have you made and what are the goods, the bad. Only from there can you then put a price, because you note, okay, I said this thing is waterproof. Is it really waterproof?
Does it stand?
Does it stand like that? So being a designer works. It's a sustainable thing, but you really have to dig deep, because one, you're going to get people that are going to doubt you. You're going to get to times where you also doubt yourself. So for it to work, you really just have to grind it out. It's like anything else. It's a very cliche answer, but you do have to grind it out. And nowadays, the nice part is why it works. We've got different platforms that are trying to assist. You came here, you see Untold stories. Someone is going to see it like, oh, this actually works. House of Stone has been doing it. We're going to come, AfriLabs is also involved. I'm having people actually wanting to buy this. So it does work, but it needs you to really buckle down and be realistic with yourself. Like, for this to work, I might have to go 10 years before someone says, want to put this in Edgar's. So platforms like this, they assist in making that work. Even grants, like what we're literally talking about, the Creative DNA grant, you apply. There's the Economy Week, you showcase. When the Economy Week happens, there is a whole setup for those that have went, or the mixers, like in Blawa, where the mixer. When designers like these designs, all of these, when people get them, they want to purchase. So these events, these programs, these accelerated details, they help you, because one, you unlock a new clientele, or you get people that actually want to buy, which gives you more or less money in, but it also gives you feedback, because people coming and looking at your garment and not buying it, it says something. So you now have to look at it. Is it the price? Is it the quality? Is it craftsmanship? Where are the problems coming from? So yeah, man, for me, really, that's what I kind of try buckle down on and be like, yo, it works. I see, let's be realistic with it. Because if, unfortunately, why it's hard is because people do this as a hobby. This is a career.
That's true.
You see,
that's true.
whether you're going to go to school for it or you're going to teach yourself or you're going to go and do mentorship, it needs you to buckle down and really
lock in.
Yeah, because for my advice to even the next designers, the younger designers, if you can't afford to go to school or you can't study fashion, go to your local tailors. Can I be an apprentice? The only thing you ask for is like, you don't have to pay me. Find a way to get your transportation, or ask him just to cover your transportation. And you say, I'll work for free. That will teach you about fabrics. That will teach you the tricks of how to make things faster. That will teach you how to actually cut a garment, make something. And it's kind of, I prefer that route over the school route, because sometimes with schools you're going to go 5 years to learn how to cut a skirt. But if you're going to go apprenticeship, 1 week you already have a rough idea of this does this has to be done like this.
Stuff that's going into the real world.
You know, real world, people coming back with a garment complaining. That's what I would say, yo, if you do that, trust me, in a year's time, you're kind of ready to make your own brand. So yeah. Be like that.
Fair enough, man. Thank you so much.
No, man, I appreciate you.
Just above our time limit. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for taking the time to give us your story. You've got like some interesting pieces behind you, and yeah, I wish you all the best on your journey, man.
No, I appreciate you.